You know, it figures that Nintendo would announce a new console now, not just because it's a month before E3 and that's when you would unveil a new console, more because I've just been feeling really guilty lately that I haven't really turned on my Wii in most of 2010 and so far not much of 2011. And it looks like I'm not the only one, because even though I picked up these games back in December at almost the exact same time, Nintendo was reporting its first quarterly loss since before the Wii launched in 2006. And then just recently announced its second quarterly loss in a row. But even though the Wii was otherwise phenomenally successful for Nintendo for the past 4.5 years, its attach rate, the rate at which other games and peripherals were bought for the console by consumers, was vanishingly small. So really the only company to make any money on the Wii was Nintendo, and now even that's in doubt. And it's exactly those kinds of shortcomings, perceived and actual, that give rise to this perennial sport of rumors of a new Wii 2 or Wii HD. And so when it cropped up again this spring, I was inclined to ignore it, as many others were, because, you know, we hear this every year. Where's my Wii HD? I, like many others, was just inclined to ignore them or make fun of them. Except this time it's real. And, you know, it's not too surprising. By the time that they would release the console in 2012, the Wii will have been 6 years old, which is roughly the age of most consoles. But you got to look at its competition, and the reason why so many people thought that it wasn't going to happen was because they're just trying to extend that life cycle. The PS3 and the 360 both have a lot of highly advanced hardware in there, and I'm sure they want to milk that for all it's worth. The Wii, on the other hand, now, look, I'm not really saying it's really a fair or valid criticism, at least not from my perspective, because I was really enjoying, you know, the games that were out, you know, right through 2007. It's just that my Wii separation anxiety would sort of happen all at once that fall.
Commander, are you all right?
I'm feeling a hell of a lot better than he is.
Except for, you know, being at parties or having company over, I didn't really turn on my Wii again after that. Will the Wii 2 or whatever they call it be able to do that? Do we even know anything to indicate that it might? We don't really know anything. There's only just rumors and supposition at this point. But we've heard, you know, of course, like always, HD, although specifically now the rumors are saying, you know, on par with or better than the 360 or PS3, so that, you know, presumes HD graphics. An 8GB internal flash drive for storing games, although there are limitations in the current system that have been slowly, you know, improved as the life has gone on, you know, such as being able to read information from SD cards, and, you know, for games like Rock Band, or just offloading all of your downloadable content. One, I'm not sure, I believe a 25GB disc format that is, you know, holds 4 times as much as a DVD, and but not quite as much as a Blu-ray. So I don't know if they're like, what are they going with HD DVD? I don't know what to think about that there. Apparently 6-inch touchscreens on all of the controllers. And apparently rainbows flying out of your ass while you get filleted by a unicorn. I'm not going to bother with any more of that nonsense, but Power TV has a really great mock-up of what that might look like. Not the unicorn thing. It's just that I expect things out of a gaming machine now that the Wii no longer delivers for me. And from the looks of the rumors, probably isn't going to the next iteration either. And, you know, it's not really so much the technical parts, like the HD, or the difficulty of getting friend codes exchanged so you can play with people you already know on Xbox Live or whatever services that you have. You know, like the PlayStation Network. Really, it just has more to do with the kinds of games that I like to play, and those games just aren't being released on the Wii. BioWare could easily release something, but, you know, the graphical capabilities are probably keeping them from doing that. I'm sure the controllers are keeping other people from doing that too. So I really don't know what to think, other than, you know, if Nintendo wants that market, then they should obviously make their machine more like the existing consoles now. But it's not just making it more like that. They have to be as good or better to horn in on that part of the market. But I don't think that's not what Nintendo does. Nintendo doesn't bring something new to the market unless they can innovate in some fashion. And I don't know what that could be. I'm not sure they know what that could be. Well, they probably know what that could be. But, a 6-inch touchpad on a controller, I don't think that's it. But maybe I'm wrong. And if that is it, well, I wish them luck. It's just at this point, I have no personal need for Nintendo to succeed anymore. I'm glad if they do. They've made it very clear that they are trying to expand into new and different audiences, which necessarily means not me and probably not you. And that's okay because I have gaming machines and other options that will fulfill the kinds of things I want to do. So really, for me, it's going to come down to what kinds of games are going to be released for it as to when I'm going to get one, because I'm probably not going to wait overnight in the freezing cold to do that again. And like I said, I felt guilty. I didn't stop playing the Wii because I wasn't enjoying it. It's just competition now. And, I would be remiss not to mention that I still rely on it very heavily for Famicom Dojo, because even though I tried to get the original carts and original systems to play these games on, the Wii Virtual Console is really a boon. And, the fact that they opened up a whole section for arcade games, playing stuff that I'd never even seen before, didn't see very often when I was younger, is fantastic. And so, if a Wii 2 can take that and multiply it by 10 and just increase the library that they have to offer and let me transfer my stuff off the system like they do, from DS to 3DS and so on, then they might get me. But I hadn't really bought any disc titles in a really long time, so that's why I got Donkey Kong Country Returns and Metroid Other M, and I was really enjoying it. I was like, yes, this is it. This is what's going to keep me. This is what I want from Nintendo. This is what I want from the Wii. But like I said, competition. So it didn't really take long before.
Try to sniff my crotch, and I swear I'll stab you.
Yeah, I know. Shameless. So what do you think Nintendo has in store for us at E3 2011? What do they have to do to keep you, bring you back, or make you take a look for the first time? Leave your thoughts below in comments or make a video response, and hell, while you're at it, why not subscribe? I might talk about some, video game bullshit that you might be interested in. Oh, and for the love of God, think of a different name besides Wii. Do you know how hard it was to get through all that with a straight face?